If you've been enjoying the stories on this channel, I would truly appreciate your support by subscribing. It really helps me keep creating more content for you. Thank you so much. Now let's dive into today's story. I should have noticed the signs when he started to drift away. I should have asked what was wrong, instead of brushing it off as nothing. But I didn't. I made the biggest mistake of my life. And by the time I realized the damage I had done, it was too late. The video he sent was only 3 minutes long. The subject line simply said, "Goodbye." When I watched it, my hands went numb, and my phone slipped from my fingers. I met Caleb 4 years ago in a cozy little coffee shop. I was standing at the counter ahead of him, feeling flustered and apologizing to the cashier for forgetting my wallet. Ready to leave, embarrassed, Caleb stepped up without hesitation and paid for my drink. That small, kind gesture altered the course of my life. We hit it off immediately. Our first date turned into a long walk through the city, sharing pieces of our pasts, as if we were two old souls reconnecting. Caleb made me feel truly understood in a way no one ever had. His love was deep, steady, and sincere, not loud or attention-seeking. When he looked at me, it felt like nothing else in the world mattered. A year later, we moved in together. Life wasn't extraordinary, but it was calm and peaceful. And I thought that was enough. That is until Alex came along. Alex worked in the marketing division of my new job. He was charming, playful, and had a way of drawing people in with his energy. At first, I barely noticed him beyond the usual office chatter. I even mentioned him to Caleb. How he always cracked jokes in meetings or brought in muffins no one really ate. It was harmless. At least, that's what I convinced myself. Then one evening, after a company function, Alex walked me to my car. The rain was pouring, and I had drunk too much wine. We took shelter under an awning, and he looked at me in a way that made my heart skip a beat. He leaned in and kissed me, and I didn't pull away. I kissed him back. I could say I stopped it immediately, but I didn't. I let it happen. And that night, soaked and trembling, I climbed into bed next to Caleb, saying nothing. That's when everything started to fall apart. I convinced myself it was a one-time mistake, but Alex kept pushing, and I kept giving in. What started as a few harmless texts turned into hidden lunches, and eventually hotel rooms. After every encounter, I promised myself I was done, but each time, I hated myself a little more. Meanwhile, Caleb grew distant. He never yelled or accused me. He just became quieter, more withdrawn. It was as if something inside him had shut down. I told myself he was just stressed, maybe burnt out, but there were moments when I caught him looking at me with this deep, hollow sadness, as if he already knew the truth. Then 3 weeks ago, Caleb told me he was going away for the weekend to visit some old friends from college. I barely asked any questions, and if I'm honest, I was relieved. I planned to use that time to finally end things with Alex, but Caleb never came back. On the second day of his trip, I received an email. There was no message in the body, just a subject line reading "For you," and a video attached. I clicked it, my stomach sinking as the screen lit up. Caleb was sitting on the floor of the bedroom, leaning against the wall we had once painted together. He looked exhausted, but there was a strange calm in his eyes. He spoke softly, not angry but hurt. "I'm not angry," he said, his voice steady. "I just want you to know I loved you. I still do. But I can't keep pretending I don't see what's happening." My heart stopped. He continued, "I found the receipts. I saw the texts. I found the hotel bookings. I even followed you once. I watched you kiss him in a parking lot like I didn't exist." Tears welled up in my eyes as he spoke. "I stayed because I thought it was temporary. I told myself you were confused, that you'd come back on your own. But watching you lie to me every day, pretending nothing was wrong, it broke something inside of me that I can't fix." His voice never wavered, but his face, streaked with tears, was calm. "I'm not sending this to hurt you. I just need you to understand why I'm not coming back. When you get home, I won't be there. I've already taken my things. The lease is canceled. You have until the end of the month to move out." He paused, looking away for a moment, then back into the camera. "You were my home, but now, I don't recognize who you are. Goodbye, Aaron." The screen went black. I sat frozen, unable to move. The replay icon blinked on the screen, but I couldn't bring myself to press it again. I wanted to scream, to throw the phone across the room, but I didn't. He was right. I had betrayed the one person who loved me without question. I tried calling him over and over, leaving voicemails, sending texts, pouring out apologies, begging him to talk. But there was no reply. His social media was gone. Our mutual friends had no idea where he was. Within a week, even his phone number had been disconnected. He was gone. Vanished. And I was left to face the consequences of my actions. As for Alex, that ended immediately. I couldn't even look at him without being consumed by guilt. He tried to act like everything was normal, but I had changed. The shame, the self-loathing, it was too much. I quit my job 2 months later. I still live in the city, but not in that apartment. Sometimes, I walk past that coffee shop where it all began. I wonder if I'll ever see Caleb again. I imagine the things I would say if I did, but deep down I know it wouldn't matter. I was unfaithful. He knew. And instead of making a scene or trying to punish me, he simply walked away, taking everything that mattered with him.